Hi everyone, and welcome to the Fundamentals of Slovenian Grammar course. I'm Bojan, and I've been teaching Slovenian for about 7 years now. And in those 7 years, I've worked with many people from all over the world, about 100 people to be more specific. And the people I've worked with spoke very different languages. They came from very different backgrounds. They were of different ages. Like pretty much all of the variables you can think of were different, and yet they all struggled with the same problem. And every single one of them struggled with Slovenian grammar. So the reasons behind this are kind of like complex, and it definitely has to do with the lack of resources for learning Slovenian grammar, and also the fact that Slovenian grammar is complicated. But leaving all of the reasons aside, the thing is that everyone pretty much struggled with grammar. And so I thought, why not make a video series, a course to tackle that specifically. So the Fundamentals of Slovenian Grammar is basically so that you don't have to study grammar from a Slovenian grammar book. Believe me, those are really dry and really difficult and really technical, even for someone like me, which has a linguistic background. They're still very difficult, and then sometimes I know what the grammar is saying just because I know what the grammar is saying, not because it's saying it in an understandable way. So yeah, this course will teach you the fundamentals of Slovenian grammar, and it'll be much more kind of like theoretical than practical. We will be making use of many different Slovenian examples and sentences and texts and so on, but they will all serve to illustrate the grammar rather than, say, teaching you the days of the week or how to order food or drinks and so on and so forth. We'll do that in other courses on this same channel. Don't worry, we'll do all kinds of different lessons and courses and stuff, but this is just to tackle the grammar specifically. So I think you can benefit both people that are complete beginners as well as intermediate students, and even in my experience, unfortunately, a lot of advanced students, and by advanced I mean that they already kind of are almost fluent in Slovenian. Sometimes I've worked with people that are fully functionally fluent in Slovenian, and yet they still really struggle to understand grammar and to make sense of it and to use it correctly. So yeah, if you feel that that's something that you're interested in, I think that this course could really help. And just very briefly on the course itself, the course in a nutshell is basically this diagram. So everything will revolve around this diagram, and we will explain it in depth, and we will really understand it. So some of you that might be a bit more advanced or intermediate might think that this is all like boring or unnecessary, or maybe the word I'm looking for is too easy. Like maybe you already have heard of gender and case and number, and you kind of know what they all are. But the point is not to kind of know, but to really be confident in Slovenian grammar, and to really be comfortable with Slovenian grammar, and to understand everything thoroughly. And that's what we will do. So from this most zoomed out point, from this broadest of overviews of Slovenian grammar that you see on screen right now, we will zoom in to this or that part of the language we're interested in, say gender or case, and we'll explore that in all of the necessary detail. But then we will always return back to our whole picture here, to our diagram, and we will be moving back and forth like this between part and whole, and back to part and whole again, over and over again, until we become very familiar with Slovenian grammar. So that's pretty much it. I'm thinking if there's anything else I should say. Perhaps that the course really is, I'd like those of you that will decide on giving it a go, I would really ask you to be patient the first 10 lessons, let's say, because you will probably find it too simple and too repetitive, because I really make it a point to start with the very basics, like what is a noun, what is an adjective, what is a pronoun. It can feel really slow, and it can feel boring or repetitive, I decided on that because I still think it's a necessary evil, because some people are complete beginners, and some people, their native language is not English, so just the word noun and adjective and pronoun and verb maybe those could already not be 100% clear. So I make sure to start at the very beginning. So it'll start really slowly, but then around lesson 10, 15, 20 definitely, we will be covering new things at a very, very solid pace. And it should be challenging enough for pretty much, or interesting enough for pretty much anyone that decides to watch the course. However, at the very beginning, it might feel slow. I apologize for that, but I thought that's still the best way to do it. So in a nutshell, this course is my very, very, very best effort after many, many years of teaching Slovenian and seeing exactly what people struggle with and how to kind of explain those things. This is my very best effort at explaining Slovenian grammar. So hopefully you find it useful. I hope many of you will benefit from it. And yeah, if you decide to give it a go, I hope to see you in lesson number 1. So thank you for watching, and take care. Bye-bye.